Ron Green is Scout Executive and CEO of the Greater St. Louis Area Council. Ron, good morning.
Good morning.
I should probably say something about why I asked, since my son is an Eagle Scout as of a couple of years ago, and I'm glad you took some time to call and talk with us, especially since the council has grown with the merging of St. Louis and over in Illinois, so there are even more Scouts involved in the program now than ever before.
That's correct. We now serve 51 counties in southeast Missouri and southwest Illinois, with over 66,000 young people participating in our programs.
Now, the real reason to talk with you is what's been going on within Scouting, and that is to now incorporate more so than ever before young ladies in the Scout program and giving them the opportunity to advance through the ranks, to earn merit badges, and to become Eagle Scouts as well. This is a far cry from 1909, when Chicago publisher W.D. Boyce got lost in London in a fog, and a young man guided him to his location and then refused to accept a tip saying, "I'm a Boy Scout." Boyce thought so much of it, he brought it back to the United States. And here we are, lo these many years. It was 1910 when it was founded here in the country. There has been some controversy about this. Can you basically break out where it stands right now with Scouting and young ladies joining the Scouts? What age groups are now involved, and how is that going to evolve over the next year or so?
Sure. But first, let me just say, with your son being an Eagle Scout, you're aware that our programs are unparalleled in developing leadership and character issues like integrity. And so these qualities that we develop in young people are applicable to boys and girls. And so based on demand from families across America, they wanted their daughters to have some of these experiences through the Boy Scouts of America too. And so we started accepting girls into our Cub Scout program, which is our first grade through fifth grade program this spring, and we'll start actually inviting them to join fully in August. And so the younger programs will be open to boys and girls starting in August, and then beginning in February, our Boy Scout division, which is the 11 to 18-year-olds, where our Scouts earn merit badges and work toward Eagle, we will offer the Scouting program to young women also, beginning in February of 2019.
So, Ron, what are you hearing from some of the local Girl Scout troops, and are you getting any pushback from them? And also, can a Girl Scout be a Girl Scout and a Boy Scout? Or if they join the Boy Scouts, do they kind of have to give up their membership to the Girl Scouts?
Well, first let me say we have a first-rate Girl Scout organization locally here in southeast Missouri. I have a very good relationship with the leader of the Girl Scouts, and they are a respected program and will continue to be a respected program. And so we both feel that as long as we do the things that we do, teaching young men and women the values of Scouting and the qualities that everybody wants to see in our young people, that both organizations can be successful. And I do believe that kids can join both. Families will choose what's best for them. Children will choose what they want to be in. I would believe that there will be some girls that would like to be in the Boy Scout programs and some that will like to be in the Girl Scouts, and there may be some that are in both. We have one of our venturing division has been co-ed for over 20 years, and that's our middle school to high school program. It's a high adventure outdoor program, and it's been co-ed for over 20 years, and about 50% of the members are young women. Many of them have been Girl Scouts, and in fact have earned the Girl Scout Gold Award. And so I think people have to remember the most important thing is that kids, boys and girls, are better off when they're in Scouting programs. We teach the values that the leadership, the ethics, integrity, the values that every parent wants to see in their children.
It should be pointed out, too, and I say this only because my son went to Scouts have jamborees, and they can be nationwide, but they also have a world jamboree, the most recent of which was held in Japan. And he went to Japan, and his takeaway, among other things, was that it was a surprise to him to find out that scouting around the world, the preponderance of these scout organizations are co-ed already. There are some that are not, and that a lot of that is based on religious beliefs. Saudi Arabia and places like that. But here in the States, it's not necessarily that way. But his takeaway was, gee, this is really interesting that they're co-ed. To that end, though, the Scouts are going to be changing their name just a tad. Talk a little bit about that.
So let's just be clear. The Boy Scouts of America will remain the Boy Scouts of America. Mm-hmm. The Boy Scout division will now simply be referred to as Scouts BSA, and that will enable boys and girls to feel comfortable like they belong in the program.
Very good. Listen, thank you so much for your time today, Ron. We really appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you very much, and I'm glad that your son's gotten a great experience out of scouting.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. YIS, Ron Green, Scout Executive, CEO of the Greater St. Louis Area Council, joining us. And Kelly, you've had experience with scouting as well on the Girl Scout side.
Yes, I'm a Brownie, Girl Scout, and I was a Girl Scout leader for a while.